New World Order, you underestimated the people. You took a gamble and you lost.
Okay, we don't like this. Okay, well then we're going to do this, and that is just how it's going to be.
Evidence brought to light that there is a corrupt officer, or that that officer did shoot that kid on purpose.
I don't care how I look, I don't care how I sound, I don't care what the beat is. I just care the message gets across.
This is my open letter to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau in regards to our 2 Canadian hostages. Having a rough day, brother. Well, it's important to just take a second, and this is what I'm doing for you right now. You're gonna watch this video. Somebody somewhere is gonna say, hey, somebody said your name, and it involves the terrorist activities, and it involves this, and it involves that, and something tells me that I'm going to end up on your desk. So, purpose of the video, let's give Justin Trudeau a second to breathe. If he watches this video, he has a second to breathe. Now, you've been having a rough day in the office, and I've been saying this from the beginning. It's easy to do good things, Justin. You promised good things. You came into office and you are doing great things. See, I'm a privileged Canadian because I actually like my leader right now, so it's all good. Now, welcome to doing the right thing. And I am one man that says fuck a lot, so I'm sorry for that to begin with. And I have one opinion, and it'll be one of the millions of opinions you'll be forced to examine before you do anything. Okay? So, I don't believe that my opinion is the right thing. I talk to people about being good citizens all the time, just like you talk to people about being a good politician all the time. So, my opinion may not be the right thing, but what the proper citizen does. The right thing for a citizen to do is to reach out to his leader and at least give them the peace of their mind that is required. Mine is required, so is everybody's in this nation is required, very much like when you asked us for our votes. So, here's my opinion. We got some hostages. They're going to kill them. You know this, I know this. Your father knew this when he faced this problem before. It was on home soil, and it was nothing short of terrorizing. So, as I've told other Canadians, be not in dismay. This is not the first time a Trudeau has faced a hostage situation. So let the fun part begin. How does Justin Trudeau do the right thing? How do we go get these people and bring them home? How do we use their death properly so that they're not in vain? These are all things that are going to be considered over the next, I don't know, less than 30 days now. It's important to realize that this war is real. He knows this, and I know this, and I'm sure the rest of the country knows this. But what is also extremely important to point out as Canadians, which is our proper right and duty, is to look at the Prime Minister and say, Justin, they don't scare me. No, Mr. Trudeau, they don't scare me. Mr. Prime Minister, they do not scare me. And if they don't scare me, then they failed. So it's important for every Canadian out there that is listening to this to make sure that the Prime Minister knows that they don't scare us. That we as Canadians understand what is taking place in this war, and that we as Canadians will not sacrifice liberty for securities, that we Canadians shall be courageous. This is who we are. Now, if that means that upon the death of our journalists, that you are going to be forced to make some very interesting calls, we're okay with this. See, my opinion was simple. To be a good citizen is to adhere to the Pact of Non-Violation. Okay, the Pact of Non-Violation is to adhere to the very simplistic laws of the world. You know, like don't be a jackass. There's all kinds of self-help books out there that help you not be a jackass. There's a big one out there, and in the middle somewhere, there's like a list of 10 things that help you not be a jackass. So, the Pact of Non-Violation is very simple. If you try to kill me, then I will be forced to kill you. If you don't try to kill me, then I will be more than pleased to sit back and have a beer with you. It's simple. Very simple stuff. It's very Canadian, but it's simple. That's the Pact of Non-Violation. Up until thus point, we didn't have hostages to worry about. Yeah, we had a dude run up in the Parliament, but as I've always had faith in my country, even though people make fun of us, but he got in, but he didn't get out. So, and that didn't scare me either, and it shouldn't have scared the country either, and I'm sure that you went to bed soundly that evening as well. Maybe not, because you hold a stature that, hey, they might have wanted to kill you too. So, I'm not an idiot either. But that didn't scare me either. So it's important that these terrorists, which we all know what is what, they don't have that weapon to use against us. That's it. They're terrorists. What's their job? To make you afraid of them. Mr. Prime Minister, they don't scare me. And that's our job as citizens, is to stay calm, relax. We have people that do these things for a reason. This is why we elect people to put them there. This is why we screamed and shouted in protest, and this is why Justin Trudeau won. We know that he knows who the anonymous collectives are, not personally, but he knows what it is. We know that he holds their value. We know that he has moved forward with his campaign. This is why he never bothered doing some crazy nonsensical attack ads, and he just told us the plan. We liked the plan. We voted the man in. We're faced with a leader that is the easiest thing to deal with right now. Just make a YouTube video. Someone's going to see it, and it's important to tell him that they don't scare us. Okay? There's going to be moral outrage in less than 30 days. Ladies and gentlemen of the great nation of Canada, Justin Trudeau cannot negotiate with these pieces of shit. Come on. He can't. We are the second richest nation in the world. Our resources. What do you think they want from us? What do you think you think they hate our freedoms? No, we're not fucking that dumb. They want our resources. They want something from us, or they want us to stop doing something. He's not going to stop. I don't want Trudeau to stop doing what he's doing right now. There's a huge conglomerate of warfare taking place all over the world. We haven't been bombed yet. I'm good. You're doing a good job. You just keep doing what it is that you're doing. But I know that you got a curveball now on the desk. That's why I'm making the video for you, boss. This is where I become your boss. I as the citizen, and every citizen behind me and every citizen before me. We are your boss. And if you're looking to us to figure out how you want to deal with the situation so that we don't get mad at you, it's important for you to know that they don't scare us. And that yes, on the day of the death of these journalists, I may very well be a little upset about it. But I still won't be afraid of them. So, if the decision becomes too tough to call where you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do, understand that these people went to that side of the world knowing full well that they're in harm's way. I called them soldiers. They walked in journalists, they become held hostage, they are now soldiers. They knew what they were doing. Just like our soldiers know what they are doing. They're walking into one of the most dangerous parts of the world, doing one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Our soldiers are there defending and protecting, and in certain instances, recapturing and doing what is necessary. I'm not naive to this, and our journalists are out there doing the very best that they can do to show us what it is that's happening over there. These have to be some of the most dangerous professions in our country's history at this point in time. You can't tell me that a journalist doesn't know what they're doing. Because I'm going to tell you right now that that ain't so. There's journalists that make entire careers going to these places, wearing bulletproof vests and doing everything necessary to protect themselves on the job. Now, did they Boko Haram us? No. They didn't come to Canada and take 200 of our women and children and take off back over there. They didn't do that to us. So it's important, you know, when we start looking at how the hell we're going to handle this, to start weighing some shit out. And me as a Canadian citizen, I'm trying to put out there to the people like, hey, there's a big decision that the Prime Minister is going to have to make now. Huge. And I don't know. I say simple. Let's call in some allegiances. This is how it goes. Those two hostages are returned to Canada unharmed, or all ties with Iran, all ties with Russia, and all ties with China will be severed. Plain and simple. There's your diplomatic solution. The hostages are returned, or an entire trade embargo gets launched against the entire Ally forces on that side. Hey, Iran got its nuclear stuff. You were cool with it, right? Right? You gave them the sanctions, and you took it away, right? Everything was good, right? Iran's right over there. Iran, it's your turn now. It's your turn, brother. You haven't engaged anybody since the 1700s. 1700s! Since Iran has been in military conflict with anybody on the planet. Since the 1700s. Iran, it's your turn. You're going to send some boys in there, and you're going to get those people out. And you're going to send them home safely. That's what you're going to do. That's what I'm asking Justin Trudeau to ask you to do. You want to make things look good on the American side? You want the Americans to think that you're cool? You want the entire world to think that you're good? That we don't have to worry about you? It's easy. This is easy as shitting in the toilet in the morning. All you got to do is make a military strike against those people, free those Canadians, and bring them home, and make sure that Iran gets the credit for it, and it's done. It's done like there. The United States will no longer be allowed to attack Iran because of its services to the great country of Canada. Maybe Russia and China help Iran pull this off. I'm just saying, if you want to do it politically and go through the diplomacy required, then I strongly suggest we start ringing up some big phones and we start doing it quick, because we only have less than 30 days to pull it off. If we're not going to diplomatically do this, then I strongly suggest that the first target for your air campaign would be the exact location that those journalists are actually executed upon. That would be my strong message. And just to make sure that everything is kosher and everything looks good on that end, I don't know. Kosher might be the wrong word. But what I would do Because you know as well as I do, they're going to drag these fucking people out to the back of the desert and they're going to put a bullet in their fucking heads. You know it. It's going to be in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to have to drop a bomb in the middle of nowhere that's going to hurt something, right? So I say plain and simple, if they kill them, if Iran, China, and Russia cannot assist the great country of Canada to retrieve these two people, if this cannot be done, then I think it's time that Canada just says, okay, you guys have asked us to join into a war, and you guys have promised a particular level of securities, and these particular level of securities are not there, therefore Canada will be asked to defend itself. Guys, we have biological and nuclear weapons. We are the largest terrorist in the world if you piss us the fuck off. So, let's get these people out of there. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. We got a country waiting to prove that it's a good guy. Waiting to prove it's a good guy, that nuclear powers can be trusted with them. Let's give them their shot. Let's go. Hey, fuck, let's make it a race. Let's make it a race. Either the Israeli Defense Forces get these people, or the Iranian Defense Forces get these people. Either way, it's the IDF, so it shouldn't cost a whole lot on the printing of the paper to make this fight fucking promotable. So, either way, let's get these people home. Let's do what can be done. And remember, Mr. Prime Minister, they don't scare us. We have weapons too. We're not idiots. We know that you're not an idiot, but we know that you're not too fucking impressed with what's happening right now. If you need anything from us, as Canadian can be, just ask, brother.